My heart is broken for the Department of Justice, but I have great confidence in the federal judicial system, and I'm innocent. So let's have a trial and keep the faith.
Boy, oh boy, this is good. We actually have a president. Accountability. This is not revenge, accountability. And Trump is out there answering questions with his granddaughter next to him. You just can't make this up. We actually have a president.
President Trump, are you worried now that the next time there's a Democratic president, they will indict your FBI director or people in your administration?
That's what they tried to do, right? They did it with me. For 4 years, they went after me. They went after me for 4 years, and that doesn't include the 4 great years that we had in the White House. So when I ran it from, 2016, when we won, it began before I got to office. You know that. Wait a minute. Before I came to office, I started hearing rumors about Russia. I said, what the hell do I have to do with Russia? Nothing. And then it got worse and worse, and some of the fakers, not you, but some of the fake news picked it up and they loved it. And we went through a long time with that. And despite that, we had a great first term.
Because that's how it went, where they made you go and take a mugshot. Is this more about justice or is it about revenge?
It's about justice, really. It's not revenge. It's about justice. It's also about the fact that you can't let this go on. They are sick, radical left people, and they can't get away with it. And Comey was one of the people. He wasn't the biggest, but he's a dirty cop. He's always been a dirty cop. Everybody knew it. And it's, as far as the case is concerned, he gave an answer. If you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey. Why this beat so cold?
We will make America proud again. When you try to kill our citizens, we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
What they say? Justice and accountability. Justice and accountability. Justice and accountability. Woo! They said be patient. They said be patient. They say, Rick, if you be patient, you're going to see somebody be walked out with their hands behind their back. It's been a whole lot of fucking around and finding out. It's been a rough, evil, disgraceful month of September, And right now it is good versus evil. We've seen so much happen in this country, And all the people want is justice and accountability. This isn't revenge, We've seen how bad and disgraceful it's gotten with the left, the radical left, Democrats, and why so many have walked away, left the party. They've run everybody out. They say the party has left me, huh? And there's been a lot of wins with this administration. A lot of things that people just think is common sense, Majority of America spoke loud and clear, And Democrats just can't seem to comprehend that. But it is going down. And huge indictment with James Comey. They say he's supposed to surrender today. So a lot of big things going on. So let's go and jump into this on today's show, And he just came out with a video. Just really cringy, especially with that last one he posted of him sitting up for 5 minutes, looking at his phone, talking about Taylor Swift and how he fantasizes over Taylor Swift, and they have a family group chat, and he gets on his lawnmower and rides around his house listening to Taylor Swift. Like we give a damn about any of these celebrities. Man, how did that work out for you Democrats this past election? Y'all thought y'all could come over here to Texas and turn Texas purple and blue. Y'all should have paid Beyonce a little more money. She would have sung a song and maybe it would have turned blue or purple. Get Oprah ass on the phone. She need to send that money back. Y'all got people at the presidential rally twerking that butt. You got rappers coming up on stage talking about guns, and all they rapped about their entire career is guns. You frauds. And people see through y'all frauds. People tired of y'all playing in people's faces. So many people are waking up, man. They done with all this crap. They done with all this woke crap. They done with identity politics. They done with all these frauds, these scandals, some of the biggest corruption, you know. Now, Benny Johnson just brought on, what's the name? And I wanted to play this real quick as we get into today's show. Let's check this out.
And given that you are the premier nexus point in this story,
Flynn,
your message, not to Obama or Brennan, but to directly James Comey today.
Yeah, I mean, I think that James Comey, you're gonna go down in history as a former FBI director who tried to stage a takeover of the United States of America and basically take down a duly elected president of the United States of America. That's what he's going to be known as. He is a evil, treasonous SOB, and he knows it. I don't care how arrogant he can get, because he can get very arrogant, but that's what he is. And it's not just him, but Comey, that's what he is. He really is a person who thinks he can actually do whatever he wants to do because he was in a position to do it. And that's where the American people need to understand. When we have to be very conscious of who it is that we are putting into power inside of our government, state, local, state, and federal. Because these are the types of people that are in there now, and Comey is at the nexus of it, and he will be convicted. But let's see if he helps expose some of these other names that you just mentioned.
Oh boy, oh boy. And again, he just posted this video. I'm innocent. I'm not afraid. Let's have a trial.
My family and I have known for years that there are costs to standing up to Donald Trump, but we couldn't imagine ourselves living any other way. We will not live on our knees, and you shouldn't either. Somebody that I love dearly recently said that fear is the tool of a tyrant, and she's right. But I'm not afraid, and I hope you're not either. I hope instead you are engaged, you are paying attention, and you will vote like your beloved country depends upon it, which it does. My heart is broken for the Department of Justice, but I have great confidence in the federal judicial system, and I'm innocent. So let's have a trial and keep the faith.
Oh boy. Somebody want to let them know? I mean, hey, you just can't make this up, man. You just can't, And as you seen, Trump came out this morning, even with his granddaughter, and answered questions. I'll tell you, we actually have a president, We actually can hear from the president. He actually comes out and answers questions. And then when you don't see his face for a couple of hours, people lose their mind. And then they come out with the fake reports, the false accusations. Trump's dead. Trump has passed away. Trump is unfit. He's not healthy. We haven't seen him in a couple of hours. Yeah. Because y'all see the man every single day. Hey, night and day difference to what we had in this previous administration, where you seen Biden, and every now and then when you did see him, he was falling down, poor fella. They had that auto pen machine plugged up into the wall. They had that lady coming out laughing. She supposed to be at the border. It's wide open. Everybody come on in. Let's have a good time. Forget the consequences. Forget the consequences, Yeah. And then they sent that lady in front of everybody, and she just done lied to everybody. Just lied. Then the biggest scandals have taken place, the biggest scams, the biggest failure. And now we done turned all this around, whether you like it or not. That man is signing executive orders like I'm not even gonna say that on camera.
Kyle Becker. We have a huge indictment. That's right, FBI Director James Comey has been shipped. He is indicted. A grand jury in the Eastern District of Virginia has decided that Comey should face justice. That's right, it had nothing to do with Donald Trump. He had a grand jury before him, and they decided the preponderance of the evidence points to the fact that James Comey, he is guilty of lying and obstruction of justice, and it couldn't happen to a worse human being. So thankfully, he's going to face justice, but Comey is pushing back. He has issued a threat to Donald Trump, and we're going to show you that right after you please like, share, and comment. Now, former FBI Director James Comey was indicted by a federal grand jury Thursday on judgment of making false statements and obstruction of justice. Of course, this goes to his congressional testimony. He denies that he had anything to do with the illegal practices of the Russia collusion probe and leaking information to the press. Of course, we know this is all phony baloney. He is busted dead to rights, but he is still going to fire back at Trump officials. He's not helping his case, but of course, we all know what kind of guy Comey is. So let's take a look at what he had to say.
My family and I have known for years that there are costs to standing up to Donald Trump.
And we just showed this.
But we couldn't. And fear is the tool of a tyrant. And I hope instead you are engaged, you are paying attention, and you will vote like your beloved country depends on the Department of Justice. But I have great confidence in the federal judicial system, and I'm innocent. So let's have a trial and keep the faith.
Oh, so you're not going to live on your knees. That's great, James. Why don't you just face justice like every other human being? Just like Donald Trump had to face justice in your idiotic lawfare cases there on the left-wing resistance side of the political ledger. And you know what? Nobody is above the law.
No one is above the law. Y'all scream to the top of y'all lungs. No one is above the law. God dog it. Couldn't beat your political opponent fair and square. Oh, sweet justice and accountability is all we searching for and looking for, and it needs to happen right now. Justice and accountability. And I'm ready for. I got an itch to see y'all walked out live on television in handcuffs with your hands behind your back. That's where my itch is at right now. I've been itching it. Rick's been itching it, family. I'm ready to see handcuffs.
And you're going to get your due process, and you're going to get your defense, and the evidence is going to be presented. And if you're innocent, you'll be cleared of the charges. And it looks like you're going to be in a very favorable district anyways. So you're likely going to have some phony baloney kangaroo court regardless. And, you're going to be exposed for being a liar and for obstructing justice. But, until the judge drops the hammer and sentences you to 5 years in prison, which is what you'd be facing, then, this is just the start. This is just a taste of what happened to Donald Trump and his associates. I mean, Rudy Giuliani, Kenny Chesebro, Jenna Ellis, it goes on, and Roger Stone. How many Trump officials did your party go after? And yes, I'm saying it's your party. I don't care about your denials. We all know that you're an operative for the Democratic Party. You certainly acted like it. You let Hillary Clinton off the hook. You started this phony Crossfire Hurricane investigation, and it's fine. You're finally facing justice for the Russia hoax. So it couldn't happen to a better guy for that purpose. So like, share, and comment.
Russia. Throw the laptop out in the middle of the street. Throw it in the middle of the street. I tell you, no one is above the law. Throw the laptop out in the middle of the street. How does it feel now?
Two of us, and I'm sorry that I'm missing it.
Here are you.
Nobody's
and
above the
Inspector
law.
General Michael Horowitz answering.
Finally, the truth gets told.
You should feel no vindication.
Defeat and then unseat a president.
And omissions in each of the 4 applications.
Injustice had built over 20 years.
Again, it wasn't part of a broader mosaic. He said the dossier, in fact, was on January 6, 2017, in the Trump Tower. You brief Donald Trump, president-elect, about the Steele dossier. That same month, the FBI talks to Steele's main Russian contact, the main person on whom he based the dossier, who says, according to the IG report, quote, Steele misstated or exaggerated the primary subsource's statements in multiple sections of the reporting. Director Comey, not only do you fail to go back to the president-elect or president after January 20th and tell him, oh, you know that report I briefed you on? Turns out it's bunk, but the FBI goes back and renews its FISA application 3 more times, and by this point, the FBI knows that the Steele reporting is not credible. Did you know all of this?
All of what?
Everything that we're talking about here. Did you?
Oh, hell, put his ass in handcuffs. I tell you, no one is above the law. What y'all think of James Comey? Leave a beautiful comment down below on today's show, man. We are rocking and rolling, family. Yeah, we're going to bring you the best updates, the best follow-ups, keep you informed, you know. And we are rooting for people to be held accountable. We are advocating for handcuffs, justice, accountability. Somebody walked out with their hands behind their back. No other way around it. Don't give a damn.